Hey snowmobile people, so the season is upon us, and you know what? I know there's a few of you guys and gals still out there waiting for some snowmobiles. I don't have a personal sled yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Shelly's sled and I'm going to turn it into my project sled. So I'll put a 165 Nextech carbon skid frame in this thing. So we're going to shed some weight. We'll do some cool little titanium pieces underneath the hood and probably the whole bolt kit as well. So we'll show you that in a minute. Check this out. So we're at 537 pounds, full of oil, full of gas, full of coolant, chain case, well, everything. It's basically, this is how you hop on it and hit the mountain. It's got 2 sets of lengths brackets, spare belt, all the tools, everything as if it came out of the crate. And it's actually a pound lighter, or maybe half a pound lighter than the model year 21. So I wonder where they shaved the weight. Let's go inside and check it out. Ooh, those be shiny. This is like Christmas. The quality in these things is second to none.
I figured it would be quick here. I'll give him a call, Carl. Copy that.
That's how filming works. So the craftsmanship and quality of the Nextech, all the parts are second to none. It's really as good as it gets when it comes to carbon. So nice flat rail too. So keep the front end down. All right. So next in the box of goodies, we have, oh, look it. Really light, very strong, stronger than stock. This is the jewelry. Look at that. All the tie hardware, nuts, bolts, even tie lock nuts. The instructions. Get rid of those. And then, so these are good NSK bearings, but I always make sure if you're going to pop a seal out, always do the external part, never the internal. And this is secret sauce. I can't actually tell you what it is. Let's check the instructions in here, and it says right here, oh. I'm guessing this one. Excuse me, sir. That dog is demanding. Okay. Bingo. It's tight. Man, I can't believe that they actually trust me with tools. What are they thinking? Which end of the ratchet do you use? Oh, if it only turns this way, do I have to turn it this way or stand this way to get the bolt to work? Okay, we'll reverse this part where I actually made the mistake of putting the front arm in upside down. It's because on here, so we're gonna drill, I don't know if you can pick this up, but there's a tiny set screw right there, 10 by 32. I'm not sure what it actually does. That's the creature. Mm-hmm. 3.5. Oh, 3.5. Man, old ichrometer works pretty good. So now this set screw, this is just to lock the spherical bearing in place. We'll just put a little in the threads here. There, and then we're gonna do some here. And that's just snug. Now this has got to be snug. I'm pretty sure that's a technical term. You can Google that. That way you can kind of monitor them. Can you feel how light that is? Look. Shafts using retaining rings, hold in place, applied red thread locker to 10mm bolts once they're installed to rails. So I can't remember on these. So anyways, once you're finished torquing everything, I go through and mark it all with a pen so that upon quick inspection, or I can walk by the sled and see the paint marks. So I like to bevel the edges before I stick them in there. And normally I would run Vespel sliders, but just like everything right now, you can't get it. Oh goodness. So 45 pounds. So that's with the bolts, that's complete, everything. With scratchers, and the 165 with no scratchers weighs 29 point something. So on the bathroom scale it said 29.6. This scale it says 30 pounds. So you get the idea, it's in the ballpark. So basically we're between 15 and 16 pounds lighter with a 165 carbon, no scratchers, compared to a 154 stock expert. Everybody loves carbon. I don't know how I'm missing a T40 bit. So we got chain case oil drained, and then I built this kind of tool. It's really high tech. This piece of rebar. You just stick it through the steering post here, put these pin clips in, and then when you tip it over, I actually don't mind changing the track on the side. And when you do use this tool, it doesn't wreck the grips and it holds the sled up. And sometimes it takes a couple tries, but there you go. Make sure you're wearing safety glasses. I'm a little rusty because it's been a year since I had a skid frame out. That's hardly an excuse, but I'll take it. While we're in here on the chain case, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pop the secondary clutch out of this thing because we're gonna pop the motor out, and we're gonna go through and do all the tie bolts inside the motor as well. So 10 millimeters worth of threads, and just give it a little tap, and voila, shaft comes out. Pretty fast, pretty simple. It's really easy. There's one retaining bolt here. It's really looks like a daunting job at the start, but in all reality, it only takes a couple minutes to pop that out. Pretty fast. Okay, now the beauty about editing is they can actually make it look like I know what I'm doing. Instead of me having to check Dennis's how to change a track video. 20 minutes, I did it in 45. Man, doesn't even look the same. Snowmobile's not even the same color. So basically, you just take this plate off, grind the backs of these rivets out, punch them out, and move the plate to here, put the rivets in, and away you go. Little details. Anything that's too long, let's just cut it off. Then we'll just take that stock plate, we'll move it to here. Now that I think about it, When you're riveting some of that stuff back together, I always try and use like a high quality rivet, like a Cherry Rivets brand, and they're made out of chromoly, super tough. And these are the good ones to get. So you get a longer skid frame and save 15 pounds. But you're gonna have to sweep the shop for the next probably 6 to 8 years.
Harbor starts
I was thinking months, but it's gonna be years. When you're reassembling the rear suspension and putting the track back in, make sure that you clean this retainer on the brake housing out so it's nice and clean. And then just put a tiniest bit of anti-seize in there. Make it way easier for the next time. So, bearing goes out. That's about 216 inch and snug. So when I put the suspension together for the first time, I'll usually just put a piece of duct tape on here and I'll mark down my information, which is on here. So I'll have the main chamber pressure, evol chamber pressure. So main chamber, evol chamber, and then I'll do compression and then rebound. And that way I can kind of dial it in, and I always have a starting point. And I'll bring a felt mark pen with me and just mark it down and basically write myself a little note till I get it dialed, and then peel the duct tape off and you're set. Pressures in your ambient temperature at the elevation you're gonna ride. So yes, I'm setting them inside the shop right now, but I had dropped the air out of them to make sure that everything moved through the travels nicely. So now I'm just putting air back in so it gets close, and then I'll go out and do my testing. Eyes, don't look at me like that. Ta-da, and just like that, she's installed, ready to ride. So it's a little loose. So we got the Nex-Tech carbon fiber 165 skid frame in Shelley's 154 snowmobile. So we're done that part of that end of the project. Now we're gonna move here. We're gonna actually pull the motor out of this thing, and we're gonna do the full titanium bolt kit in it. That's every bolt except for the connecting rod bolts. So we're not actually gonna open the motor, we'll just replace the hardware. And then we'll move to the front, put our Fox shocks on there. And we've got a few other lightweight pieces that we're gonna show you in a bit. Come back and check out where we're at.